Good morning, guys. I'm Melissa, and welcome back to my channel. It has been like 5 million years since I filmed a healthy vegan what I eat in a day video. So I thought today's gonna be the day, and one of the reasons being that I just went grocery shopping last night, and I don't know about you, but the next day after I've just gone grocery shopping is like the best day ever because I just have like fully stocked cupboards and a fully stocked fridge with anything that I want to eat, and I just love that. And so I'm just kind of gonna film what I'm eating today, share it with you guys, whether or not you're vegan. Maybe this will just give you some ideas to include more plant-based food into your diet. And sorry if I'm a little sweaty right now. I was just running around the grass with Beckham and I threw his ball around for him a little bit just to give him and myself some exercise. And I am so thirsty. So I'm gonna make a nice cold smoothie with lots of ice. And I haven't eaten anything in the day yet. It's actually 12, so it's not morning, it's the afternoon. And usually I'll have my first food of the day at around anywhere from 10 till noon. I'm not a big early morning eater, even though I get up early. Essentially, I guess what I do is intermittent fasting without actually timing and calculating it. I just trust that when I'm hungry, my body will say, Melissa, eat something, it's time to eat. And I just kind of go with that. I've never been one to like plan out or time my meals. I just eat when I'm hungry. And I do find that when I used to have bigger portions of food, like right first thing in the morning or the first few hours, it would actually take away that natural energy that I had in the morning. It would make me feel more lethargic and tired. So I kind of just trust my body and I just eat when I feel it's the best time to eat, when I'm hungry. And so I'm going to go ahead and make my smoothie. This video is sponsored by the Stevia company that I have been using for the past years. And so thank you so much to Enzo Stevia for sending me like your collection of stevia products. My absolute favorite is these toffee caramel drops, and I'm pretty selective on my channel about what I share with you guys, because if I don't genuinely use something and love it, then I'm not going to, tell other people to use it as well. But honestly, this stuff is amazing because it just makes anything that you add it to taste like toffee caramel. And it's really good in oatmeal. You can use it for baking. I love it in smoothies. And I actually had another bottle which was unflavored. It was just regular sweetened stevia, but I finished the entire bottle, so I don't have that to show you right now. And then the other stevia that we use is the stevia powder. And I've used different brands of stevia before, and some of them have a bit of an aftertaste, but this one doesn't, which I love. And it's super concentrated. I mean, I've had this bag for almost a year and it's about 3/4 full still. It's 120 times sweeter than sugar. So one full teaspoon of this would be like having 120 teaspoons of sugar. So when we first started using it, we kept using too much and everything would be so sweet. So we realized we have to use like a tiny little amount and it sweetens like a cup of tea, for example. So that's why this will probably last us another decade. I'll let you know about that. And then we have another one that we haven't even opened yet because we haven't even come close to getting through the first one. And this one is 320 times sweeter than sugar. So, I mean, you must have to use one tiny little dot. You have to be really careful not to use too much. And it's cool because it's organic, and I did not know that stevia had health benefits. I just knew that it was a good alternative to sugar. But I mean, this has antioxidants, it lowers blood pressure, it improves your skin health, which I had no idea, but I am all for that. Anyways, I am going to get into my smoothie. I'll show you what I put in it, and yeah, I'm thirsty, so I'm going to make it now. All right, I'm using my vacuum blender for this smoothie, and basically a vacuum blender just sucks out the air so that there's not a lot of air bubbles and just makes everything really creamy and smooth. Alright, so I've got a lot of ice here in my blender, probably 1.5 cups at least. And I'm going to add in 2 to 3 drops of this toffee caramel stevia. And it smells really sweet. I'm going to add in some of this toasted oats and almond milk. And honestly, I just free pour when I make things. I'm not much of a measurer, so that's why I don't have a specific recipe to give you. I just kind of know how much I like to drink, and I'll make a bit extra usually. So if I'm thirsting a little bit, I can have some more. All right, I'm gonna add in some chia seeds, and again, I just kind of free pour. I'll show you. I'm going to add in some cinnamon, lots of cinnamon. I love cinnamon. I'm going to add in 3 ripe bananas. I honestly wish these were even more ripe than they are, but they'll do. I feel like I'm the only one at the grocery store who goes to look for old spotty bananas. Alex thinks I'm crazy. He's just like, why don't you get the nice looking bananas? I'm like, these are the sweet ones though. This is prime smoothie material right here. So, have 3 of these in there, and Beckham loves bananas, so he is like drooling over there and just looking at me like, how could you eat bananas without giving me some? What do I have? Is that for you? Is that for you? Okay, take it. Oh, oh. How delicious was that? Almost forgot to put the lid on. Oh my goodness. That would have been really good for YouTube, don't you think? And of course, we've got a metal straw, reusable. I gotta go check some emails. I'm gonna bring this with me, and I will see you in a little bit. All right, guys, it is now 2:45-ish, and I'm about to make some lunch. I am so hungry, and this is generally my biggest meal of the day. And so before I have my lunch, I'm just gonna make some tea to drink while I'm making my lunch. And I also like to light a candle whenever I'm in the kitchen preparing food, and I'll usually put on some music or an audiobook just to make the whole experience more enjoyable. So the tea I'm making is a cinnamon apple spice tea that Alex picked up for me, and honestly it's really, really good. It also tastes good iced, but I'm just gonna drink a hot tea right now. And I've already boiled my water. Just put that in there. And I'm just gonna go grab a teaspoon, and I'll put in a tiny little bit of stevia as well. So I'll show you how much of this I use. It's honestly the tiniest little amount. So this is a teaspoon, and I put in that much. And that's enough to make the drink really, really sweet. So it's kind of awesome because this bag has literally been used for almost a whole year, and it's still up to about here. Just crazy. All right, well, I will show you what I'm gonna be making for lunch. I have to show you my mug first, I totally forgot. So the name Melissa means honeybee in like baby books and name books. It's, I believe, of like ancient Greek origin. And so I have this thing where every time I see something that has a bee on it, I like to have it, or at least look at it and appreciate it. Like, I just love when I see bee symbols on things, and I don't know. So I saw this mug, it says "Be Sweet," and I thought I had to have it. Okay, so I'm gonna be making a salad, but when I make salads, I put in so many things. Like, I love a lot of flavor. I like it to be filling, so I've got tofu and beans for some protein, and I've got some healthy fats as well. And so I'll show you exactly what I do. One of my first steps is gonna be to cut up 1/3 of this pack of tofu, and I'm going to cook it on the stove top, and I'm to flavor it, because tofu really absorbs whatever flavor you put with it. I've got some of this low sodium soy sauce, some capers, and I'm also gonna throw in some sriracha for spice. And tofu in the pack is very, very watery, and so I like to drain out the water, take the amount that I'm gonna use, and you still have to leave some moisture in there for the rest of it so it doesn't dry up in the fridge. I'm just gonna take out the amount that I am gonna be using for my lunch, which is that much. I am now adding in my tofu. And I don't use any oil to cook with. I try not to add cooking oil. A little bit of soy sauce. One of my favorite flavors, which is capers. And basically I just want to make sure that the flavors are getting on every piece of the tofu and just absorbing the flavor. Just makes it taste really good. Alright, so I'm not much of a salad dressing person. I just add some lemon juice. Ooh, that was a bit. And a little bit of apple cider vinegar. And I'm going to be adding lots of garlic powder because I put garlic powder on pretty much everything. And one of my favorite things to add to salad to really give it a nice flavor is nutritional yeast, which kind of gives things a cheesy flavor without the dairy. And I put quite a bit on. And then, of course, I'm going to add some chia seeds because I also put that on everything. Lots of chia seeds. Some onions that I cut up. So now that this is pretty much ready, I'm going to add in some of these black beans, and they just kind of need to be warmed up a little bit. It's a little tricky to do while I'm filming, but sorry if this is a little all over the place. Alright guys, it is dinner time, almost 5:30, and Alex is home from work. There he is.
Alright.
And we're gonna make some quinoa bowls. So I've got my quinoa that I just stocked up on the other day when we went grocery shopping. Got a can of chickpeas, which are great for protein, and I just like how they taste. And then we're gonna use some of this teriyaki chicken strips by Gardein. And I will show you how I make it all up. Alright guys, now I'm going to cut up some oranges and have another cup of tea, and that is it for me tonight. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!
He's not in the mood, he's looking for trees.
Beckham, what's this? Beckham!
Look, he's looking for trees.
Hashtag Arizona life. And we like to end our night after dinner by going for a nice walk.
I got a fly in me here, hang on. I got